Well, welcome to my March report. I guess we could start off by saying we've had some great numbers in terms of where the market is. For the first 2 months of the year, the state is up in terms of volume. We still can't seem to stop the depreciation cycle, but having said that, the depreciation cycle is very modest. And so I think overall, and just from what I'm hearing around the state, things are looking up. And we're off to a good start. And the weather didn't hurt either. Something that I can share with you, I was at the New England Realtor Committee conference with all the other New England presidents and representatives and officials at Fenway Park last month. And we had a closed circuit briefing with Lawrence Yun, the National Association of REALTOR chief economist. And he said some really positive things. I've never seen him as positive as he was that day. He was talking about how our jobs outlook looks better nationally, that in terms of affordability index, when you add up the low interest rates and the low prices, 40 years best affordability out there in terms of buying real estate. Earlier this week, I had a half-hour conversation along with the other New England presidents with Mo Vesey, who is the NAR president, and he is promoting the rally to protect the American dream. He's looking to get 18,000 realtors to come from all over the country to Washington, not just the people who will be down there for the legislative meetings, but anyone involved, so that we can demonstrate in front of the Capitol building and really physically show the Congress that homeownership matters. Think about some of these anti-home ownership initiatives that I'm sure well aware of, not the least of which is mortgage interest deduction. So that rally is going to begin before 9 o'clock on the morning of May 17th and go to 11:30. And then your buses home will depart around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. All participants for the rally will receive a free pass to the expo up at the Woodman Park in Northwest Washington, where most of us will be staying for the legislative meetings. So watch for further information from NHAR on this. If we have 45 or 50 people who want to avail themselves of that, we will lay on a bus and we'll be coordinating information, and that information flow is going to be starting very soon. Again, I alluded to the NERC conference 4 weeks ago at Fenway Park. That's the New England Realtor Conference. It was an honor for the state of New Hampshire, I think, to have myself be picked to give the inspirational message early on. It was a nice little plum for New Hampshire, and apparently that was well received. But more importantly than all of that, I did take some notes that are compact, so you don't have to leaf through a lot of information to get what was put out there. And there's some really good nuggets that came out of that conference that everyone who's a realtor can use. I've given them to Diana here at NHAR. You can get them from her, or you can email me directly. We've been talking for a long time about a new building here at NHAR, and if you've been to this building, you can see it's a grand old lady, but its time may have come and gone. And in this era of non-dues revenue, the idea and concept of doing something that NAR itself is doing in Chicago and in Washington is to have a larger building with rental space that makes our NHAR self-sufficient. That whole project has been in the works now for, I think, 3 years, and now has at least gone to the conceptual stage. We have our first conceptual drawings. We've bid out to a contracting firm to go before the local town fathers here in Concord. And after all of that, after we have the permits obtained and everything is in place and the drawings are ready to go, then we will have no fear, bring it in front of the board of directors for a final vote. I'll say right now is very exciting, and at least on the surface of things, it would seem like a very wise investment for our future to have a building with a lot of commercial space in it to produce non-dues revenue. I would be remiss if I didn't mention that Jan Zalganis, who is a Director of Administration, Finance, and Education, is planning on retiring after an 18-year career. I have never known anyone so as efficient and professional as Jan is, and she's really going to be missed. Jan, we love you very much, and I know I speak for the entire organization when I say that. Last but not least is it's the season of education, and professional development has a large and extensive menu of education programs available for you, including the new Master's GRI program. And I myself am planning to jump in just start out with GRI, but I'm hoping to be involved with that. I encourage you to go to nhar.org. So with that, I will conclude my monthly report and wish you all the best for an absolutely fabulous spring out there in real estate land.